Yeah, I mean, in terms of, SA Drug Policy Week is unique, both in the African context and more globally in not only the people it invites and speaks to, but also in the topics and range of issues it engages with. It's very rare to find a conference that engages with law enforcement and policing and health and the broad spectrum of issues that ultimately define the drug problem, if you could call it that. And as a result, for me, I've always advocated for a multi-spectrum, sort of broad range of engagements that need to simultaneously be leveraged or occur at the same time in order for an effective drug policy to occur. And the Drug Policy Week in and of its structural self is an aim towards that larger goal. So it's sort of, in some sense, a microcosm of what needs to occur. Yeah, I mean, it was nice to have a specialized or specific focus on criminal justice and law enforcement, especially as it pertains to South Africa. Because of the war on drugs, essentially the first and only response is often the criminal justice system. I think it was quite useful. I think it's often it amazes me how far we have to go still when you realize that what is accepted elsewhere may not be accepted within law enforcement or the country itself. And it's useful as a means of figuring out how to devise better responses and better strategic sort of narratives to engage with that cohort of people so as that you can convince them to do something otherwise. I think it does affect policy. The SA Drug Policy Week is central to, and I mean, if you look at the people invited here and that attended, it has direct traction with the policy world in South Africa, at least. That being said, I mean, for me, policy is policy and law is law, and ultimately, unless you change the laws, things will always be policed in a certain way. But policy obviously influences and defines what law could be one day.